Hi, this is Phillip Guan, CPA. Welcome to the Dre Tech Software for 2025. Should be class number 7. So now there are 4 days we're not going to have classes, which is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year Eve, New Year Day. Those 4 days. Other than those 4 days, we are going to be continue have training regardless weekends or weekdays because we don't have a lot of time. So I would like to get as much as possible to you, and at least I can either live to you or upload it to the YouTube so that you can have your own convenient time to learn for it. Because once I get into the tax season, BE tax season, I will not have time to do the training. So now we are going to do the training. So the recording is on, which is good. Let me try 2025. All the training information are not real clients. We take our clients' information very sincere, and the privacy is very important. So this is for training purpose. None of the information related with any of our clients. So we have number 7. Now the number 7 classes I would like to do is I want to show you what it looks like, the end result first, and then I will go back. Now, how do I know which classes the last number of that social? The class number 7 is 7, class number 1 is 1, so far so on. Okay. Now, this is not error message, it's just because the state portion of it is not ready. So let me stand up so that way more free. Just give me a second. Now that I have the adjustable desk, so you two sit first and stand. That doesn't work. You know what I do? I actually stand first. Stand first. When I feel tired, I sit. And then before I feel tired, I stand. So that way, keep the whole body good for the whole day. Now, this is a husband and wife, married, and no kids. There's a W-2 income, 2 of them each. The other one have a college. So going to school and taking a college. Now you may have been fine. At the very beginning, I may train these classes because I have a difficult time for find the class number 1. But it's okay. But let's just do this one, number 7. We follow the sequence as what number is. Because normally the beginning of the classes is more simple. So now, far left corner, upper corner, there's a data entry. Now we can see all different tabs like general, income, so far, so on. There's some blue, there's some black. The blue color is some information similar as last year. The black color is where there's no entry in the previous year, which is 2024. Well, if they don't have any new kind of information, this will not expect to have any input. In the tax return, in the CPA and the tax industry, when you ask question, people a lot of times give you, hey, Why don't you do Sally? Similar as last year. Like Brendan's mom's name, Sally. Okay, now, Brendan, with your mom next to you?
Oh, she's in the kitchen right now taking care of some stuff.
Oh, she's busy. Okay,
Yeah, she's
sis.
busy.
Okay, ask her to join the foreign classes so that okay, so that way ask her to join foreign classes, and also I encourage everybody to um get into more than one or more than two classes, even three or four, because the more you get it, the more it's going to be good for you. You will not know the real benefit of this training until when you face a real client, your mind spotlight, and then you remember exactly the similar situation, what I train and what I do. They're going to give you a cutting edge when you lie in front of clients.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, the general one, so the name, that's easy. So marry together, there's a free option. Marry five jointly, marry five separate. If they would have been lived separately more than 6 months, they also qualify as head of household or single if they have dependents, they have head of household. So depends on their situation, they can choose any legal way to file tax return. But if they do marry file separate, there are other rules need to follow, not only in 1 year. So you cannot just flip flop from marry file separate, marry file jointly. So there are rules that if you file marry file separately, in certain year you have to do it. So today is not the subject of that matters. So let's go to the most simple one, marry file jointly, which is number two. This is a social, this is a first name, this is a last name, this is a birthday, and this occupation, phone number. I normally like to put the
Oh,
cell.
Mr. Guan, if you're, I don't think we shared your screen yet. If you're on, let's say,
Oh, I haven't seen my screen yet. So you
yeah,
just see my handsome face.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, I appreciate that. Okay. I hit recording, which is very good. I can see like that. Okay. So why don't we I start from scratch. Okay. Let me view and show you what it looks like. If I'm not mistaken, this class have been trained. And it's either the class one or two, I take this one. Because when I first try to grab the first class, it doesn't pops up. No, it's okay. This is more complicated than class number one. So that served a good purpose. Now, Mary, no kid, have two, each one have a W-2 income. One a bigger one a small one, because the wife actually going to school as well. And that was just a part-time jobs. And others is paying tuition. And it also happened to be the last year of the 4-year college. So they take a American Opportunity Credit. So now, go back to the data entry. So now, across the board, we have general income adjustment, all different kind of tab. Even like you see two tab of credit. One is black color, the other one's blue color. Why is that? Well, the black color doesn't have anything. It's all black out. So the blue one, there's some of them as blue inside, like this. That means in the last year, this field was inputted. More likely, in 2025, you're going to have something inputted unless they finish the college. So now, go to journal, the name, verify Johnny, we just mentioned about it. Social, first, last, birthday, occupation, phone number. I like to put the cell phone. It's more convenient. There are text or email. So here's the spouse. Phone number. I mean the birthday, job, all the personal information. Now, if any of those fields are applicable, like those depending on that, which are not applicable for them in this situation, we leave it as it is. This is healthcare. Let me change this one as they are stay in San Francisco. Let me change this one. So now they are California resident. Now this is the mailing address showing the current address. If they also live in San Francisco in 2025 for the whole year, or the vast majority of the year, they will become the California resident. Here shows the residency. Very careful, CA, not CO. And then there's an ID. So this is all California ID. Besides the California ID, you can get a passport or other things. So now, let me ask my wife, what's this box for, Sydney?
Oh, child, where is the L?
Right there, right here in the middle.
Refresh.
No, this is for
Oh,
what? Foreign income. So check this box means check this box means that they don't have a foreign income. Now, what's this box?
is there also in the asset?
What kind of asset? No, this is digital asset. They don't have it. There are two new things in here. So those two boxes says they don't. This box is yes. This box is no. If they have it, you don't check this and you go to here. And then you have to fill all the information, go so far, so on, but not the subject of these classes. So let's say no. This is the last year federal tax. This is last year California tax. If they would like to do a direct deposit right here. We put state of California because I changed it basically. The original example was New York. I changed it to California. So this is routing number and account number. And you also need to check either check-in or saving. You have to check 2 times right there. Okay. Now we close this one. The system looks like a little bit frozen. Yeah, a little bit slow. It's okay. Sometimes the computer give them a little bit of time. Okay. So now we close this one. We finish these tabs. As you can see, there's no dependent, no other thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, all kinds of nothing. We go straight to W2. Now here, this is a husband. They actually, do you see here still New York address? So doesn't refresh the current one. So here's how you don't have to go here to change all this. Here's the shortcut. You change this one to S and then go back to T and you click somewhere. The system will bring everything up. Now, obvious, this will be state of California. Okay. With this one, this person makes 85K a year, but they put 5,000 in the 401K. This is 401K. Deferred taxes. So guess what? there's only 80,000 taxable, income taxable, and 85,000 substitute Social Security as well as Medicare. So now, in order for you to show it like this, here is how you actually does it. When you change, you have to put the box 1 first. When you put enter, 3 and 5 equal to 1. So you have to override the 3, and then the next 2 equal to 5. So now, at this moment, obviously, there is a California SDI. Okay. Next one. Let's say, assuming she's a California resident, and then, but let's say, let me see what school she went to. Let me go to here. She went to San Francisco too. Okay, she went to San Francisco. So therefore, she works in San Francisco. Or so let's change this one to you can do this or do the other way around. Remember, like change this one to T and change this one back to S, and the system we can automatically change back. So now this is the part-time job, and she did not put in anything in the 401k. Ours there is California SDI is 1.1%. Now, after you finish the input, you are going to able to go to the output screen view. You actually go here. You see check each and every letter and numbers. Right, Sine? Sine, do like me, stand up, and then you will be maybe stand next to me right here. You can see the big screen. Now you winch up my every single letters and numbers, every single boxes. There's A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, box 1 to 20. You just check each and every. If you find any mistake, go back to change it. And then this is another W2. Oh, we just changed that address, right? Do you remember? So now all the W2 is correct. But this is the total. So it's obvious. In the 1040 W2, like that. So we are going to also put in the school right here. Under the credit, under 8863, you probably have to mute it because there's some echoes. Chris, please help me to mute it.
Mute where? Mute what?
I'm not sure. There's some echo. I think we are okay now.
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's the sounds that I think from your sound from back. Okay.
Okay.
So now maybe you mute it first, and then
Right.
leave it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I do that.
Thank you. We want to give the better sound result when we do the YouTube. So now this one belong to, as you can see, I put in long places. it actually belong to the spouse. Now, and this is a spouse. The husband is a full-time job, makes 85K, right? The wife is actually going to school full-time and work part-time at 10K. The very first question, see if they take 4 times. There are total 2 kind of credit. One is the American Opportunity Credit. The other one is lifetime credit. American Opportunity Credit only good for 4 years. So for the tax planning purpose, because normally the college school year does not start at January 1st. It actually normally started after summer, right? So now if you, and then you will go to 5 calendar year, even if you go to school 4 years. So you're not going to be able to take all 5 years for American Opportunity Credit. Normally, if you go to the very first year, it's very small, you may ignore the first year. Especially when you go to city college and there's no tuition, you don't want to waste that first year opportunity credit and then wait until the second full year that you begin to use it. So this person have not been using for more than 4 years. No is a good thing. So as a matter of fact, they've been taken for 3 years already. They want to get a degree. So here is the thing, they have been full-time. And then the question number 25 is, did they finish the first 4-year college? Some people go back to school for the second BS degree or BA degree. So in these situations, no, they are the very first time to get their first BS or BA degree, basically, right? Now, the question number 6, you cannot automatically say yes or no for them. And you have to say that the yes is not a good, the yes, they're not going to qualify. But if they, in fact, it's yes, and then they have to say yes. And then if they invest no, so you explain it to the client, read it as that, and then ask them what is the answer in a sincere, respected way. And they're going to tell you, you also can say, you know what, the government actually have all those records, right? So we just report it, whatever they need it, so we have to report it. Okay. So here is in the 1098T, they have a form that shows all these numbers. And this is like he bought a computer for school. Okay. This is a makeup EI number, company, and the school address. Now this must be say check yes in here. And then normally there's a 1098T. And this question must be many times a lot of the new user forget these yes questions. Okay. Down here there is a state. If this is for undergrad. Now, if that person in the same year they attend more than one school, and then there's another tab like that, and then you just put in. If there's a third one, you put in here. So far, so on. Okay, and the system is going to add up for you for one person. Okay, now if another person, and then you have to paste down. Now, same person, different school is in the second tab. Another person of this household is go to paste down twice, and then you open another ADA 63. For example, if the husband also go to school. So this case is not. So we're going to do due diligence. Do you remember standard? Yes, yes, no. And skip, and yes, yes, yes. In this situation, skip the 7A and then not apply for A. Not apply for line A, B, C, they're not earning income credit. Earning income credit have to be low income first, then they're not close to. Now, question 15 must be answered. Otherwise, you got to get an error message. And then the last 5 questions is no, no, yes, yes, no. Now, those are the standard answer. Each and every client are different. You need to base on their situation to answer according to the real fact. If we don't do this right, there's a penalty of $500 for the preparer who signed the tax return. But if you do it right, there's no way you can get a penalty. Okay? Don't get scared by this penalty. In my 23 years experience, I have not seen any of my associates, as including myself, have been get penalized for that. So we do carefully, and you should not be get penalized. The penalty is for people who are careless, basically. Now, there is an option for this tax software to send a text message or an email to the client to tell them, hey, your tax return is accepted by the IRS or California Franchise Export. They have an option to accept either way or say, I don't want bother to get that. So if they do want it, and they have to sign the form. Now, with that, go to journal. There's one last thing you need to put today's date. And this number, we are going to tell you by time when you work for us. And there's a special number that represents our form. Other than that, we're good. Believe me or not, we're done. Now let's say, what else does that? Does EIN percent in here is invalid? Well, obvious. Look, there's no such, the system knows so well, and there is no EIN like this. It's fine for illustration purpose. Okay, but other than that, we're good. So we ends up husband and wife together, live in San Francisco. Husband at 80K, the wife has 10K. You remember the W2? The husband put 5K in 401K. The wife does not. And then the wife went to college at the last year, take the American Opportunity Credit. And then guess what? You get 2,500 credit. In here, they have a total of 90,000 minus standard deduction. So this is a taxable amount and this is a tax. Now, the first part of that educational credit is right here, minus this, get to this. There's a second part of it, like that. Why they put in 2 parts? Line 20 and also line 29. That is, the line 20 only will show up if line 18 have a number. That's called non-refundable tax credit. They can only offset your taxes, but you are not going to get this 1,500 if you don't owe any taxes. Versus another 1,000 like there. It's called refundable credit. Even though line 24 is 0, this you still get it. So that is the difference. Okay. So let me just change the numbers to show you what I mean. Let's say, just to make it now obvious, at this moment, the income is so low. It's only 10,000, 10,000 each. So it's only 20,000, right? So now it's obvious there's no tax. And then once no tax, that 15,000 should go away. But yet, this 1,000 still there. Obviously, when they're this little, they're not going to have 12,000. I just haven't changed it. Okay. So let's go back to that original number, which is 80K. And then this is 85K. Any question for this question, for these classes? We have exactly 1 minute if you have question to ask. Call for one. Any question? Call for two. Once you change something, the system will flag you to tell you, hey, you need to carefully double check, make sure those are right. That's what they mean. Not necessarily it's an error. It just asks you to watch it, double check. Call for free. So appreciate you guys show up in this English training. I'm going to close the Zoom meeting and convert it so that I can upload it to the YouTube. In the meantime, maybe relax a little bit, and about 15 minutes later, in 8 p.m., I'm going to have a Mandarin classes. 9 p.m., I'm going to have a Cantonese. 10 p.m., I'm going to have the same English classes. Welcome to be my guest. Hang on there. Thank you very much.